Hello, lovely, informed community. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Yosetina.
And my name is Austin Akinda. This is Let's Square It podcast where we talk about everything. And I feel like we must apologize to the viewers because we've been out for a long time
It's been a minute.
due to some unavoidable
Yeah.
circumstances. But here we are today. You just know the way how Nairobi is and the way things are. At times here.
We just had other things to take care of. Yeah, it's been a minute. So today we're going to talk about finance issues in relationships, in marriages, because ukiangalia most of the problems, it always starts with money.
Finance is the root cause. Yeah.
Yeah. So the statement that most of us have heard of or interact nayo sana is your money is our money, my money is mine alone.
And that is the only statement that women love saying. Pesa yako ni yako, na pesa yangu ni yangu, pesa yako ni yetu. I mean, it kind of looks like, I feel like at times ladies are just there for the money when it comes to that statement. And when you look at so many other things and so many other reasons, you go and find that the money, the financial stability of that relationship or the family itself is based on, is the root cause of so many other problems.
Yeah.
And I think, it can be an issue. It can be something that is very important in a relationship, marriage, or friendship. But then, why should we let it control everything? That is what people don't ask themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But let me start for some ladies. I won't even say some. As for me, I don't believe that my money is mine and yours is ours, because we tend to think that the more the money we keep in our bags, the more we are regarded to have more money.
No,
it's actually the more you spend it.
Yeah, the more you spend it, the more it comes. And that is why. Okay, I don't want to say that all ladies nearby, but that those ones when you in as much as religion says, the religion also dictates as men that as a man you should provide. It's okay. As a man I should provide, but it doesn't mean that you as a lady you don't provide.
Okay, so what's your standing before we find the footing?
Before, okay, it should be something that we both do, because I believe in, if one day I'm not there, will you have to get married to another person? Will you have to look for other ways, or the work that you've been doing will be the one that will be supporting you? So it's not a matter of you bringing 100%. I don't want you to bring 100%, but at least just bring something. Go and work. Bring that cash. I won't ask you, yako iko wapi? But when you just say, oh, by the way, leo acha ninunue hii, ununue. I'll feel like, okay, I'm being helped. But I won't, as a man, I won't come and tell you, unajua unafaa utoe 50 yako. That is
exactly. So for me, I feel like the religion has stated it enough. I couldn't emphasize enough that the man is the provider. That is what religion states. And religion is not evolving.
Exactly.
Religion
is just constant.
Static. It's what was said and that is it. But when you come to culture is evolving. And the same way people say that the man should provide, it's inscribed in the culture that it's the man who should provide. But then they keep on referring to the religion. The Bible says that the man will toil, right? And he will sweat so that the ground can produce fruit.
So that is...
Then men, in a way, I feel like you people are built in a masculine manner, whereby you have to, for you to feel like a man, you have to give something.
Exactly. That is...
You have to cater for everything. I think it's just the ego, or that's how you...
That is how we are. That is how we are. Like, you don't settle for something that is below us. I mean, the way ladies usually say, I won't settle something that is below you. That is the same thing. I don't want to get in a relationship or get married to someone that I can't provide for them. As a man, I will tell myself, "Nime fail." But that moment that even if there is love, but I should work hard and provide something.
Yeah, then as for males, we feel like we always want to interact with people that we look up to, or people aspire us or make us feel like I can do better to be like that person. You know, that kind of love where you can even want to share the skin. Like I want to be in the skin of that person, and that person has to be better than you for that, for you to feel that way. And this masculine femininity comes in when women feel like they are oppressed enough or they want themselves to feel identified in the community. I'm not arguing the fact that women can do that, but religion sort of, puts the stamp on the paper and says that the man is the provider, he's the head of the
Yeah.
house.
Being that you're the head of the house, it doesn't mean that you have to. Okay, yes, you should provide, but doesn't mean that you can't get help. At some point, ask yourself why many relationships fail. Ask yourself why many marriages, the best marriages in the world, fail. It is because of the mind issues. Like, you get someone who says your money is our money, my money is my money. So when you get someone who has really worked hard for his money, then you want to say that you will yes, that person, or the way someone has been brought up in a way that it's a teamwork. A family is a teamwork, a relationship is a teamwork. So if I'm the one doing the most, at some point I'll feel like, okay,
They're not supposed to do.
exactly, it's like I'm the only person who cares about it. And that is when you find someone leaving, or you find people divorcing.
Or even cheating. This brings me to these men who always want to keep their wives in the house, to be housewives. Then they go out there, they see hardworking women, they see women who can do their thing and really take care of their own bills. And when she says she got it for real. Then he's like, okay, my wife is just at home, and he's attracted to this female who is hardworking, out there doing something, and he feels like he deserves more. He deserves to have a wife who goes out and has a job. She earns. She foots her own bills. She doesn't wait for the man to do something. And this man tends to cheat with this woman. And going back, we feel like, okay, he's the one who told the house.
Exactly. That is what I was trying to understand. If I'm the mother and I've told you not to work, I shouldn't complain at any given point, because I was the one who refused that you should go and do something.
But it's evidence that men are attracted to people, to ladies.
Yeah, that is
the
the nowadays. I want, like, I'd say, as a man, I'd want a lady who works hard, a lady who can provide for herself, not necessarily asking from me. When I see you can do your things, then when I come into your life, I'll tell you, oh, by the way, this and that. Now you can stop. Let me do it for you. And so one day, if I can't do it, or if things go sour, you can do it for yourself. Not that you're just seated at home, or you're just seated, I provide. And when things go bad, you're just there. You're like, oh, that guy, how can I treat this woman? You get these things. So I feel like, in as much as men also play a role in this, the ladies also play a role. As a lady, why will you stay in the house, Alex, in this world today? Then you wait for someone to provide. Are you not seeing something? That one should be a red flag.
I feel like, yeah, that's a red flag. Number one, because a man who doesn't let you shine, my friend, don't walk away.
And as much Grako, and as they call it Nyota nowadays.
You should run, because he doesn't want to see you out there shining and other men admiring you. He feels threatened by that stuff. And another thing is that, because this study proves that men are attracted to ladies who work and earn their own money, I feel like, in as much as you're the lady, you're the one who will carry the child in that marriage. You're the one who will take care of the child 60% of the time, or even 90, or even 100% of the time. Because this man will say, oh, I have meetings, oh, I have dreams, oh, I have everything. I feel like what you earn, not what you earn. What you earn and your responsibility, the responsibility that you take up in that home, or the bills you can foot, adds value to your name. Because your man will go out there and say, I have a wife who can do something. Even if I'm dead today, I have no doubt that she can settle everything in the home and peace.
When you talk about when you bring the child in the picture, I feel like it also depends on how the family does its things.
Yeah.
One, if the guy,
I'm just talking from
yeah,
how society has
I
put
want to give you something. The way society has put it, but
Yeah.
this is now my own perception about things. I feel like the way the family handles its own issues, handle its own things, will determine how the child relates with the parents.
Yeah, that's
You see, you said that at times the mom is the one who spends 60% of their time.
yeah, even 90. Even
90, right? Now, this brings me to the question of a man should provide according to religion, according to society. That is how women do it. And when you have that mentality, then it will be you taking care of the child 90%. But get this, if both of you are working towards building something for that child, you'll be spending more time. And then it brings me also to this point that if a man truly loves a woman, if a man truly appreciates a family, he will make time for the children and for the wife.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But not most men are
and that is what I'm saying. If a man truly loves you and a man truly values the family, he'll make time for the family. You don't have to say that. Yeah, most of the men don't spend time with the children, and that is when during COVID, some of these men, while while we were in that, there were no movement, no work. Some men were asking their children, "Sayuko class gani?" And you're like,
They never did. They never knew. I feel like even in our own home, where I stay with my parents, not our home, my parents' my
Yep.
parents' house. I feel like my dad has not really interacted with everyone. Ajue character, like
It's true.
vizuri. It's the mom who knows us very well. And Ajua, it is this girl who has done this, and I know this is her behavior. But as for dad, it's like he has no idea. The only time he will stay at home is when he comes from work. On Saturdays, as from maybe 6 or 7, and on Sunday the whole day. Do you think that is enough time to
And
analyze?
when someone stays with you on Sunday alone, on Sunday maybe he has other things to do, so there's no time for you to sit down and talk to them. So I feel like even as parents, you should create time. So now, before we forget what we were talking about, now let's get to the points, and we see how this finance thing affects most of the relationship.
Yeah, or even marriage.
Yeah, according to you, what is the first thing that this financial thing brings in a marriage or a relationship?
First of all, I would say that a person's pocket, is it the pocket or the ego? A person's ego is as deep or is as big as the person's pocket. I mean, when you bring, let me say, a rich person from Lavington and you take them to, let's say, Akibanda. Akibanda is not even in the worst places, let's say in Bakassi. Akibanda to just eat food or even lunch. He will be like, do I deserve this? Is this what I'm worth? Even it's a statement everyone says, but you just never realize it. You even walk into a matatu, then the conductor talks to you in a bad way, and you're like, do you know who I am? In your head, like, do I deserve this kind of treatment? Do you know who I am? Like, it's a statement that many people say, but we don't really realize it. And when in a relationship, if you're the one doing most of the things, you'll be like, no, you can't tell me anything. I'm the one paying all the bills. I'm the one who is catering for you and everything. So what I say goes. And there's this ego of, especially men, I don't know why it's so hard for some men to just swallow their ego and say, okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry about that. Because they're the ones contributing to 100% of the things in the relationship. They're like, no, I can't apologize.
I mean,
I won't stoop that.
it brings some form of the ego that you say. It brings some form of some demigodness in that person.
Exactly.
The person
You
feels like, I'm a god.
the was to ask you, God created us in his own image,
Right.
right? And when he said that, man, we can't argue about religion because one nation better than another. But I must say this. When God said that he created us in his own likeness, and man is the head of the family, and the woman is like the neck or the subordinate. And then there's another verse that says that women should be submissive to their husbands.
But
Some people misuse the
I
word.
think
Then,
they don't read the next part. That is the mistake. The next part.
what does the next part say?
I don't know what the next part says, but it talks to men about also treating their wives in a more Then when you go further, it talks about how children should behave with their parents. Then after that, now it talks how parents should act when it comes to their children. I think it's a verse that people really when you talk about religion, I feel like people misuse religion most of
to justify their own misdeeds or misdoings. And what I was saying is that men have used the Bible or religion to make themselves look like a demigod or some god for that matter. I can say, you see the way Egyptians treat their pharaohs like the gods. Yeah, that's what
That is the
men
thing.
are doing. And it's very wrong. It's very wrong. You can't even correct a man about in whatever he's doing, because he's like, no, you can't tell me anything. I'm the head of the family. So
But no,
what?
when you say that your money is our money, my money is my money, that is when that part comes in. So you said my money, so I can control everything since your money is your money. That is when now I get that is where now you'll see a man acting like he owns everything. The ego comes in, the pride comes in, and the dictatorship comes in.
That's why I'll never marry a man who earns 1,000,000 shillings and I'm simply earning 30,000 shillings. I mean, I don't know where you got your wealth. Sorry to say, but I don't know how you built that wealth. I'm not saying that you could have used ritualists. That is so archaic and barbaric. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't have a portion to say that I helped you in doing this. And that is not saying that I want to keep reminding you that we built this together or I helped you, or if it were not for me, you wouldn't be here. I want to say that I have a right, to say this goes here and this goes here. I really want you to listen to me. So if I don't know how you built your wealth, I don't have that position to tell you. Do you get me? But I hope you're getting me, because it's complex anyway.
Yeah, I get your point. And on the same point, I think I've given my first point. And my first point, money brings a lot of pet issues in a relationship. It goes to the ego part. So now that you have ego, you now start being petty. Because you bought maybe you did shopping for the house, you paid the rent, you did all that. Now you start creating issues from each and every corner.
And you feel like I should listen to you and even when you don't make sense.
You get your child just seated watching TV. Then you start yelling at them. I mean, what are you trying to do? And you see, this is a problem where now, and it happens to both parents. If the lady is the one who brings the majority share or in the house, she'll complain. She'll start finding, you'll just start picking issues from each and every person.
Being passive aggressive.
Same to the guy.
She might not even cook, and she says, I bought the food. Do you expect me to cook it?
Exactly. And it's so bad when the lady earns a lot of money more than the guy. It becomes so tricky.
That conversation, and we were just seated there. Then there was a conversation that just came up, and there's a lady who said that if I'm the one earning more money than the guy I married, you won't tell me shit. That's what she said. I'm just
that is what people say.
And I was like, okay, yes, women, kuna kiburi, kuna that kakiburi kapesa kenye kinakuanga, like it's always there.
Yeah.
And that kiburi sipoa, honestly. And I feel like money is such a complex issue. There just has to be a grounding, there should be common ground of respect.
Is it when you start being petty because of money, you lose a lot of things. When you start picking out issues from each and every person in the family, as a man, or as a woman, wants a lot of money, or who brings the lion's share in the house, you'll start losing that family bond. You start losing respect from these people, because they'll be like, okay, this person is only with me because of the money. This person is only acting this way because I do not have cash. And that is when now you find, if you treat a guy in a bad way because you have money, this person will go and work hard.
Yeah,
Even
it is work out.
yeah, they'll just walk away. And if it won't come tomorrow or the next day, they will make sure they work hard for it. And let me tell you this:
When they get it,
there's nothing as bad as doing something bad to someone, then they go and work hard to be better than you. Even if if it's a lady or it's a man, when they go and work hard and they come back, my friend, I just want to be honest with you, you won't like it. They will be like, now I own you. I own everything and you can't tell me anything. I mean, they'll feel themselves because of something that...
shares.
Because of something that
It's illuminating everywhere, from the government to the
it's everywhere. Financial things affects each and every person.
yeah.
And it's not being petty because of pesa. Pesa is something that ilikuja tu. And you see, unaanza kuwa na madharau, unaanza control everything, you start being petty. Issues nogo, you create issues here and there. I mean, you lose a lot of things. You lose family. Yeah. I feel like money shouldn't be an issue, but we should also talk about it.
Yeah. On the other hand, over dependency makes the other partner question the reason of the relationship. For example, if I'm the one doing everything, or if it's the guy doing everything, he'll start being like, okay, we both work, number one. I'm the one footing all the bills in the house. When it comes to your hair, I'm the one doing it. If it's clothes, I buy you. If it's perfumes, shoes, bags, I do it for you. But what do you bring to the table? I mean, why are you here if you're not supporting me? That over dependency brings the resentment. Then when this person starts seeing that how contribute, and ile time hana pesa, you're like, mkono birika, and the next time he gets money, he will keep his distance.
Exactly. I feel like when the over dependency thing is also an issue that affects most of the relationships. I'm not saying that you shouldn't depend on someone, but not too much.
Yeah.
And that is where you find the problem. You get at some point, well, how do we put it? A lady or a guy. You depend on that lady or you depend on that man 100%. And it takes a lot of time for you to I always feel like ukishapata mali unaweza toa, you won't work hard for it because you don't know the value of the sweat this person.
I think it depends on the person.
So now, when you start depending on someone, it also brings that point that you can't work for yourself. And when you can't work for yourself, you lose your respect, number one. You lose your name, you lose your value. And when you just lose everything about you.
Why is this person questioning the reason why you're in that relationship?
And that person also gets tired. Yeah. And I usually say, ladies get tired haraka sana.
Yeah.
And they'll say, a man will give you time, aone kama uta change. And this one also brings me to this. As a lady, if you have a job, na jamaa wako hana kazi, maybe you started dating ukiwa na pesa, then now job imeisha katikati ya relationship. Give that person time. Because he's not God. Even if, yes, he might be depending on you fully, but at some point, anaji question, why am I depending on this person? So usijifanya unamuonesha madhara. Talk. But sasa ikifika ile point yenye yeye ameketi tu chini, haendi kutafuta job, now you can now say, my friend, haiwezekani, wewe pia enda tafuta kazi yako. And as a man, umeketi chini na nisho. Yeah.
I mean, we are adults. We can sit down and talk and come up with an amicable decision or a solution. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a man pia usiketi chini tu wafanywa kila kitu,
I don't think many men like that exist. Because, not
wako tu hataki kuonekana because nani aniaibu.
I think they have a problem in their wiring because the kind of men I've interacted with, they're this kind of people. If they lose their jobs, they won't sit around and wait for you to provide for them. They will keep asking you, "Do you know of any opportunities?" They want to get a job real quick, fast. Because if they sit there and start depending on you, they feel like their ego is crushed.
Exactly. I'm that type
I
of
think
person.
what drives a man is the ego.
I'm that type of person who can't depend on someone 100%. Kwanza ikifika ni a lady who I'm dating, never. I must work for mine. Because I don't want a situation whereby now we start saying, yeah, 50-50, ama pesa yako. I don't want that. I want this to work. Wacha tufanye kazi. Mtu asione ni kama. That is what I was saying. Unaziba ni kama kuzima nyota ya mtu. Yes, your first pia imekuwa nini. So another thing, it becomes an SI unit of support, making support in other aspects not to count. I mean, money sasa.
Tunasema, okay, that point, I think it means we only see support if there's money.
Exactly.
Like, okay, for example, you are.
Silao, okay.
It's like you're working and I'm not working. Then you're supporting me emotionally, financially, and spiritually, everything 100%. Then I'm like, the rest don't count. As long as you've not given me the money, you've not supported me at all.
So kama pesa hakuna, then there's no love.
Nah, there's no love, there's no
Come on,
support.
and this one, and this one, I feel like it really.
I don't think that support only lies.
See, that is human nature. And this one is something that is really killing a lot of bonds, a lot of relationships. Because you're seated there and you're like, kama hakuna pesa, there's no love. Kama hakuna pesa, there's no support. Money is everything. It's like you're praising.
He's taking you to the hospital when you're sick.
No.
But when he doesn't have the money, yes, but akupeleka hosi, he makes sure you drink the medicine. He makes sure you eat very well. Then you're like, I'm here and support. But
you know, the little things that people do, I may not be able to give you right now cash, but the little thing that I do, you should appreciate. They should count. But okay, can you pesa your kila kitu, the SO unit, then you lose a lot of things. And as a man, I'll get tired at some point and tell you, oh, unabudu pesa. And that is where now I usually say most of the ladies waste their lives while they're still young because
they're trying.
I want a man who is financially stable, a man who is tall, handsome, all that nonsense. You get? I call it nonsense because to me, I feel like you're just putting standards that even you yourself, you can't achieve. I was listening to something, and this lady said, as a lady, if you want a man who earns a lot of money, make sure you yourself earn that money. If you want a man who is tall, dark, and handsome, make sure that you're also beautiful. You also have those standards. I mean, if you want a man who works, make sure you also work. Because a man
that point means that be the standard of what you said.
I mean, don't depend on my money alone. That is the thing. Like, don't set standards that you yourself
you can't achieve.
Exactly. So when it comes to the money and the SI unit thing, let money not be an SI unit in our relationship or our marriage. Let us offer the support that we can, even if it's not a financial support. You know, if I come and talk to you right now, I'm offering you support.
I really value emotional support over financial.
Emotional is
very important. And it's something that lasts. What is money?
You know, money is kesho. You don't need to money. And that is why, but if you look at most of these people who use cigarettes and alcohol,
you
know, say at a stress nini, the guy goes and drinks or smokes. Itaisha. But once that thing is cleared out of his system or her system, then I go, oh, by the way, I don't have money in any stress. And they go back to it. I usually feel like when we put money mbele kwanza or we put these things mbele, we'd never solve the issue. The issue shouldn't be at unanipatia support. When you don't give me money, then there's no support. Let us say, okay, what did you do last time? I took you to the hospital, or maybe I cooked you food when you're sick. It's not about the money, and we lose a lot of bonds and a lot of relationships because Meka, pesa mbele.
Make up a family. Let's not prioritize money. Money can really make you mad. I'm not saying mad running in the streets naked. I mean, it can make you a different person from what you are.
Exactly.
We have this issue of money, as in, pesa can change people. I'm not saying changing you positively, but it can change you negatively. It can make you a person who is not tolerant to what you used to tolerate. Sorry, it can make you, feel like you're so special, or you can't fit in where you used to fit in.
Tumadharau tunaanzia hapo. Your point.
My points are over. Okay, it affects decision making powers and balance. We talked about that.
It's actually the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one. Hey, they repeat, yeah. But money, if I'm the one earning 60% and footing 100% of the bills in the house, whatever I say goes. See,
Because
that's the notion
that is
that most of us have.
And because I have money, whatever my family says back at home is what we should do. And this is where now I hate some of the men that they think because their family has said it's like because family yako has said do this, that is what you want to do. Because you have money and your wife doesn't have money. It's not about, I feel like it shouldn't be about my family said. I shouldn't be, I bring 60%, 90, I should be the one.
What it should be, what should it be?
Thing, even if I bring 100% in the house, when it comes to our relationship or our marriage, let's sit down, talk about it as adults, as mature people. Let us not bring money into the issue. That because I have money, whatever I say should be done. That one also brings me to my point, which will be dictatorship and slavery. Slavery doesn't mean you kufunga kwa minyororo.
It's the submissiveness that people use in the Bible to say
Exactly.
mentioned.
So now I am controlling everything. Whatever I say, you do it. If I want to punch you, punch vizuri. If I want to slap you, and
just because I'm the one
because I have
paying
money,
most of the bills,
and
just because I'm the one who brought the money to this house, I feel like it's so stupid.
And one other thing that I want to add, one thing that people don't really talk about. You see, when it comes to money, so people think that they're entitled to sex. This is something that we don't talk about. Because I bring the lion's share in the house, then we should have sex when I say so. This is one thing that destroys a lot of relationships and marriages.
I mean,
But it's in real life.
yeah,
One day you lose a very beautiful, a very kind lady, or you lose.
do they really lose?
You see?
They don't lose. You know what happens? This lady goes and talks to the best friend or the mom, and she's told that that's his way of showing you love. Or because they adore the money.
They lose the relation, the lady walks up. But
it takes time, yeah. But it takes time for that lady to realize that money is not everything.
There's some ladies who will stay because of their children.
They're securing. Oh, the children.
The children.
Yeah.
Or they'll stay because, okay, the society also lies to us that as a woman, you shouldn't leave even if things get tough. Stay.
That is why.
My friend, you're not like Dyson Upper. Hiya.
That's why ladies should earn their own money. I don't believe in a woman becoming a housewife. I mean, you have both hands, you have both legs. You can do something. You have a brain. You're blessed. Why can't you go out there and something for yourself that your man won't be entitled to saying that if it were not for me? I mean, I really admire that.
And I think, okay, I want to say this. I think we are closing right now. We're winding up. And my last submission will be, let money not dictate what happens in your relationship, be it marriage, be it you're still dating or friendship. Because money is a very dangerous thing when it affects you negatively, when it overpowers you. Let you not be someone who is a dictator. Let you not be someone who sees people who don't earn like you as people who shouldn't be at the same point with you. I feel like money should just be something that project kipita. Respect people. You never know this person today you're treating them vibaya, then tomorrow they'll be the ones who'll be at the top and you'll regret. And when it comes to you treating someone badly today because you earn a lot, a lot more than them, I say, and tomorrow they earn more than you, they don't need to come and tell you right in your face that unajua sasa inapata pesa mingi. When you see them, utatamani sana ungejua whatever you happen. And that is why I was saying men lose a lot of things. Men lose a lot of beautiful ladies and ladies who are hardworking because I bring money, I'm entitled to have things. And same occurs with the ladies. Because I'm the lady and you don't bring me money, wait, Tembel. Today I might not have that money, but tomorrow you never know what will happen. So let us sit down as adults, talk, have these conversations, and let us not let money control and overpower us. That is my final submission today.
As for me, my final submission is that number one, let's stop this barbaric belief that men can be the sole provider of the house or of the home. I'm not discounting men as the heads of the families, but it is not wrong for a man to make space for his woman, to be a person who can help him make decisions, a person who can make him see reason, a person whom he can talk to and ask advice. Another thing is that women, it's not wrong for us to have our own money and keep it aside. And also, it's not wrong for you to talk to your man and tell him that, okay, I'm doing something, but this money, we're coming to an understanding that I'm saving this money for this purpose. For emergency, in case anything happens, we at least have something that can keep us going. Yeah, another thing that I can say is that, ladies, let's stop seeing the opportunity in a person. Let us see that person for whoever he or she is. But it mostly goes for the ladies because we always talk about securing the bag. This belief that I can't marry someone who has no money or someone who's not wealthy. You can marry an ambitious person and together you can fulfill your dreams and go into a mansion worth even 50 billion shillings if there is. And also, the ladies should also create opportunities for themselves. I mean, there's no bad thing about you being a CEO of your own company or being a boss. I always talk about that because that is my dream. I want to have something of my own. That when the person I'm dating or the person I will be married to would be there, at least I have something that will keep me going. I won't have to go back to the street. I'm not discounting men as people who should provide, but I want to have my own thing.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't want to have someone just hovering and breathing down my neck because he's owning me or he's the one who made me achieve the things I did.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I forgot something, and I'll try to be quick.
Yeah.
So I want to tell ladies here that please don't set standards that you yourself haven't achieved. If you haven't achieved something of that sort, stop setting these standards because some of these standards make you lose a lot of things, and at times they make you look foolish and stupid. You're someone who has gone to school, graduated, but you look stupid because of some of these standards that you've set. At times, humble yourself. Good things don't necessarily come the way we expect. They might come in a surprise. Today, as a guy, I might not be having that money that you want, but when you stay and we build it together as a team, you'll be the one who will be smiling at the end of the day. And also, when it comes to finance, please let us not listen to negative advices from our friends. This is also an issue that we need to address. So be yourself, do what you believe is right. When it comes to finance in the relationship, please talk about it.
Yeah, it's a difficult conversation to have with whoever you're dating.
But try.
But it's difficult, yes. But it's one of the most vital conversations you should.
With whatever we've said here, I think we've talked about so many things that money can really do. We've talked about the intimacy part. We've talked about the lady being independent, the change, the ego. Exactly. It has a lot of things. It's a conversation that we really need to have.
Yeah, so that was all for today's podcast. And if in case you have something that you can add or something that you wish to correct because that is how you believe it should be, you can just write it simply on our comments. You can like, you're too old not to subscribe. I mean, subscribe because that support keeps us going and we will really appreciate.
Really appreciate.
Yeah.
And by the way, Instagram as always, I am _ Astina. TikTok, Astina_254. Talk to us and tell us what we need to tell you as our viewers. Our blessed day or our blessed week. I don't know.
It's week.
Okay, be blessed.
Society.
Hey.